Good evening. The Dolores County Broadcasting Network presents the DCTV 4-H Evening News Program for Tuesday, January 31st, 2012. With news anchor Arian and meteorologist Arian. Camera people Myra. Video engineer and producer Russell. Sound engineer Edward. Teleprompter Andrew. Prompter Marianne. And this is your news director, Edward. And now, the news.
Welcome to the DCTV 4-H Evening News and Weather Report, starring our famous Dove Creek student, me! We would like you to know that you can now buy a sponsorship for DCTV that will help keep our kids show on the air. To buy one of these sponsorships, just call 970-677-4119. Thank you. This is Arian reporting for the DCTV. The following story is from the Dove Creek Press. Choose well, stay well. The Dolores County Senior Services is excited about a new program for diabetics that will be offered in Dove Creek. It is called Choose Well, Stay Well Project. This program focuses on improving the health of participants through increased knowledge and skills that promote behavioral changes and improving preventative care practices while decreasing long-term complications of diabetes and depression. Classes will be held in the comfort of non-clinical settings and will enable participants to modify existing health self-management behaviors through group interaction and reinforcement. The classes will begin Thursday, February 2nd, 2012, and will be held at the Community Health Clinic from 6:30 to 9 p.m. Classes will be meeting weekly for 6 weeks. Instructors for the classes will be Matt Beanland and Grant Allen. These classes will be held in cooperation with Central Colorado Area Health Education Center. For pre-registration or questions, please call Nita at 562-4626. And now I'll be giving you the story from the Cortez Journal. Paramedic program begins Wednesday. Southwest Memorial Hospital is launching its community paramedic program Wednesday. The program utilizes paramedics to perform wellness checks on locals in their homes and at a new location downtown. Southwest Memorial Hospital EMS coordinator Matthew Lindsay had previously told the Journal paramedics already know how to assess health indicators such as heart rate, blood pressure, blood sugar, and heart rhythm. Now locals can have those checks performed by paramedics without having to call 911. The in-home checks allow paramedics to see things doctors cannot, checking for environmental hazards in the homes, such as slippery rugs, a lack of grab bars, or lack of a clearly marked address on a home to guide responders in the event of an emergency. However, the program is not intended to replace home health care, Lindsay said. Instead, it's designed to fill in the gaps for those who do not qualify. And now I'll be giving you dumb laws in Kentucky. Throwing eggs at a public speaker could result in up to 1 year in prison. One may not dye duckling blue and offer it for sale unless more than 6 are for sale at once. It is illegal to fish with a bow and arrow in Kentucky. Here are a few dumb city laws in Kentucky. In Fort Thomas, dogs may not molest cars. In Owensboro, a woman may not buy a hat without her husband's permission. Now I'll be giving you the current weather. The current temperature is 40 degrees. The high for today was 42 degrees. The low was 26 degrees. The wind has been between 1 and 5 miles per hour from the southeast. The barometer is at 30.21 inches and steady. The humidity is at 51%. There has been no hundredths of an inch of moisture measured by the DCTV weather station. Moisture for the month is 48 hundredths of an inch. And now I'll be giving you the big map. There is snow in the Pacific Northwest. Most of the rest of the center part of the country is clear. There is a band of rain from Texas into southeast Wisconsin and from the Florida Panhandle and Alabama into South Maine. And then over here. Most of North Maine is getting snow. From southeast Virginia into Florida, it is clear. That's this right there. And now I'll be giving you the 5-day forecast. Wednesday, chance of snow, high 42, low 28. Thursday, chance of snow, high 37, low 19. Friday, mostly sunny, high 35, low 17. Saturday, partly sunny, high 38, low 20. Sunday, partly sunny, high 40, low 21. And now I'll give you this week's CO2 numbers. The CO2 concentration in the atmosphere is one of the principal indicators of climate change. The higher the number, the warmer our climate will become. We want to thank Dr. Peter Tans of the National Oceanographic and Atmospheric Administration for this information. The week of January 22nd, 2012, 393 parts per million. CO2 last year, 391 parts per million. CO2 10 years ago, 372 parts per million. CO2 50 years ago, 318 parts per million. In the last 50 years, the CO2 has risen 71.7 ppm. Up until the last 150 years, CO2 climbed at a rate of only 2 ppm per 100 years. This past week, the CO2 has gone back down almost 1/2 point. If everyone keeps their auto use down and can lower their use of fossil fuels as much as possible, it will all help. Remember, you can now buy a sponsorship in DCTV that will help keep our kids' show on the air. To buy one of these sponsorships, just call 970-677-4119. Thank you. Now back to our news director.
That's the end of today's DCTV 4-H News program. This is your news director, Edward, saying good night, and thank you for watching.